the signal over now so that we go live. We are live. Sorry that we're a bit late. It's just one of those things, a few technical issues behind the scenes, which is why I am still actually setting up the stream while I'm talking to you. So that should now turn in. Yes, there we go. So now I can see on my screen that everything is actually here and working. So hello everyone and welcome to another episode of GameHammer Live. And this week we're going to start as normal but then turn it over to live game coding. So I'm going to try and bring up the emulator we're going to be using for the coding because it's much easier this way to just do things. And the emulator this week is Retro Virtual Machine with a retro machine of Amstrad CPC 6128. Hello to Sir Patrick, how are you doing? It's asking how the hip is. I'm doing all right so far. Let me just set this up. Board 6. So, yes, that looks like we're pretty much set and ready, and the machine should just work in that position. There we go. Right, I am going to do the news first, though, however, so if I just come back up onto the screen. Hello there. Hopefully this is going to work out. Your arthritis is doing shit. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's no good for anyone. Right, let's have a look. We need to bring up the news. Make sure that this all works. So, oh my goodness. Okay, this should be interesting. The first thing on Indie Retro News, 82 to 83 classic arcade game Kangaroo gets an Atari 8-bit makeover by TIX. This looks an awful lot like it could be modified to make a version of Popeye as well, so that'd be interesting to see, wouldn't it? I've never played Kangaroo, don't really know an awful lot about it, but might be worth having a look at. Rick Dangerous is getting an Amiga 600 1200 CD32, so that'll be the Advanced Graphics Architecture chip, the AGA. Yeah. So that'll be interesting. Rick Dangerous was always one of those big ones on the Amstrad that everyone loved. So it'd be interesting to see how the Amiga AGA chip does with that. Turrican 2 can come into MS-DOS. MS-DOS to Amiga AGA conversion. Right, okay, that makes more sense. I was going to say that doesn't look like a DOS game. AGA version on Amiga, cool. Doom Pit, the official sequel to Clive Townsend's Death Pit gets a ZX Spectrum re-release. Interesting. Okay, now I'm not sure about this one. Don't really know it. We'll have to have a look though. Created Saboteur, so that should be interesting. What's this? Pataxian, arcade classic based on Petsky graphics. Okay. Pac War, a new game released for the C64, which is a Pac-Man Wizard of War. Oh my goodness, guys, we have to play this. I love Wizard of War. It's ridiculously difficult at times, but it's so much fun. And adding Pac-Man in, well, I think we all know that I am going to enjoy that. Shovel Avenger, winner of the CPC Retro Dev 2021, makes an appearance on the Spectrum. Guys, can we not have a cool game for 5 minutes before the Specky gets it? That's really annoying. But, oh well, here we are. Oh my goodness. Guys, the Shadows of Sergoth, Amiga Dungeon Crawler. That looks superb. Of course, you know, I have played Shadows of Sergoth on the Amstrad, and it was amazing. So to find a copy on the Amiga, oh my goodness, we could do a hell of a conversion there, comparison even. Yeah, high quality dungeon crawler released on the CPC 6128. Yeah, get the diamonds, VIC-20 puzzle game. That looks very nice. Sir Patrick, when your Christmas present arrives, you'll be able to load that up on your VIC-20, I'd expect. So yeah, because it has the RAM expansion. Shovel Adventure Specky version is the one you have to pay for. Fair enough. Boulder Dash Junior 6. Wow, there were that many. Wow, there were that many. That's amazing. Witch and Wiz, a fabulous arcade puzzle game for your NES. Interesting graphics. This graphic here looks very much like the image from A Hat in Time. That's quite interesting. Tetris 2K21 for the C16 and plus 4. That'll be interesting as well. There seems to be a lot of stuff coming for all these Commodores and stuff. And then we get to attack the Petsky robots. So that's all about. Yes, so that is all of the news that's come through this week. So that's good news, and I think we've got a lot of good games coming up. But now we have to change things up because it's time for me to work out where. All right, I need to open up disk drive. Now we have to insert a disk. I think we're going to have a new disk in a minute, though. The Tetris one is good, says Patrick. Excellent, that's good news. Hello to Dave Holloway. How are you doing? Am I getting this? I've pressed this button. Ah, there it is. Right. Downloads, no. I need to go to Sakura. All of my external drives are named after Japanese women. Jen has all of her hard drives on the network because we have a massive network here. Because basically I run a media empire from here. So all of her drives that she's installed are named after elements from the periodic table. All of my computers are named after, so you can find the computers, are named after ancient classical era ideas of heaven and hell. So we have Gehenna and things like that. And all of my hard drives, to differentiate them from Jen's, are named after Japanese women. So there you are. Although, if you find some of my external drives, they're usually named after food. So I've got like strawberry and things like that. It's just my way of differentiating things. Where are we looking? Arcade Game Designer. That's what I'm looking for. AGDCPC. Okay, let's open this. And hopefully, this will work. I'll be able to do this. So, catalog. Run AGD. Arcade Game Designer. So, 2014 by Jonathan Caldwell, who I believe, according to the latest issue of Crash, I'm going to bring this up, may have a new game coming out. So if I just bring up the main screen. Nope, that's the wrong screen. Main screen, hello. Here's my big bundle of Crash magazines. Issue 6 just arrived today, and I was having a look through it. And I believe Jonathan Caldwell has a new game. And it's a text adventure, if I remember correctly. I'm just going to have a quick look to try and find it. In here, I was having a flick through and thinking, I need to talk about that. Where's it gone? I should have put a bookmark in here. By the way, get a copy of this if you're into the Spectrum. This is a great magazine. Crash is superb. So let me just find this because it's here somewhere. Patrick says his main computer is called Izzy and his laptop is called Annika. Fair enough. Where? Oh, come on. I know it's here because I was reading it. But it looked like an interesting game, so I need to show you it. Or at least talk about it. Here we are, right at the back. Of course it is. There it is, the text adventure. So it says here, Jonathan Caldwell, mastermind behind Arcade Game Developer, has turned his craft to the text adventure. Now that's up my street, that is. And apparently it's 16K, so it'll run on all spectrums, which is nice. And it says, a strange affair has the player arriving at a recently deceased relative's house to tidy up any loose ends. Unfortunately, it quickly becomes apparent that something is very wrong indeed, and that foul play may have been involved in the mysterious disappearance of the relative's wife 6 decades earlier. That sounds amazing, so I am looking forward to that. A Strange Affair, Jonathan Caldwell. I need to play that. Okay, I need to stop knocking everything over in this room as well. My goodness. So, I think that's going to be fun. Anyway, let's get back to this. So, we have Arcade Game Designer. Now, I need to make sure that I know how to save this thing. So, we've got... Patrick says, I'm going to attempt to port Subsunk and C-Base Delta to the Atari 8-bit after I've finished the Virgo 1 part. Excellent, that sounds great. So, we've got a thing to design the blocks, a thing to design the screen layouts, very much like what we were used to with the previous thing. Excuse me, I've just been drinking Coke. It's very, very, let's face it, how can I put this? It's a bit gassy, so you'll have to just bear with me because I'm hiccuping a bit. So we've got block screen layouts, collision detection distance of 8, which is that should be all right because that'll be like 8 pixels wide, which is about the right size. Events, sounds, save game, jump table, load game, map, sprite positions, objects palette, sprite images, text, windows area, and test game. So we're going to need to save the game, which means I need to bring up the disk drive. I need to eject that and put in a new disk. Which one do we want? Ooh. Single head drive, single head, CF2, HFE or extended DSK. That's interesting that we can use both formats. We're going to use DSK. We're going to use standard floppy drive. CPC data style, yes. And we're going to call it Roland Rescue 2. Where are we going to save this? On my desktop so that I can find it. Where? Desktop. Let's do this. Roland to the Rescue 2. Save. There we go. I really like Retro Virtual Machine 2. This is an amazing thing. If this works, I'll be amazed. Right, let's have a look at the map that we've got so far. We are... Okay, that's where we start. It's already got something in it. That's interesting. Oh, it's got the setup for the saved game already. Test the game. Yeah, it starts out with a game. And I don't know how to move. But it's interesting that's already got one. So let's have a look at what we've got here. I think the first thing we need to do is load up in a spare window the instructions. So if I just bring up my hard drive. Sakura. HED. Oh, come on. Bring it up. Everything's so slow tonight. I apologize if everything seems to be kind of ticking along in a weird way. Can I not open ODT in... Does that not work then? No? Okay. Open document text does not work. Yeah, so I've got to open document thing, haven't I? Oh, come on. Open. I don't want to open in Open Office. It'll be massive and it'll slow everything down. Let's see if it comes up in the standard text file reader. It's going to be a mess, isn't it? If it has... Excellent, it does work. Right, so we've got AGD here. Wow, that's small text. What the hell? Wow. Well, that doesn't work. Right, okay, this is what we're going to do. I am going to close down text edit. You're just going to have to bear with me a moment, guys, because this is going to take a bit of processing. I have to open Office. And then I'll save it as a document and port it into Safari, because it'll already be open. Sorry about this. This is just how we have to work for the moment. So I'm going to bring up the screen. And this is all because I was late to start and everything's a mess. So hello to Alex. Look, how are you doing? Right, Arcade Game Designer is now working. So if I save this as a... Right, if I save this as a PDF, then that should make it much easier. So let me just try and save this as a PDF. What can I do here? Sorry about this, guys. Let's just make sure that I don't have to do this again. Come on, save it as a PDF. You know you want to. You know you want to. AGD 1.4.pdf. Is it there? Excellent. That should just open up now. Oh, that's much easier. Right. Close down Open Office. I know it's a reasonably small program, but I don't want to have to keep doing that. Right, so let's open this PDF by dragging and dropping it into... Oh, just do it. You know you want it. There we go. Right, so we've got Arcade Game Designer. Oh, I thought it was Developer. It's Designer, apparently. Instructions for version Thanks to Kevin Thacker and Mauricio Munoz Lucero for their help during. Kev Thacker seems to get everywhere. Okay, it's a tool for writing your own simple arcade games. While it won't help you create snazzy scrolling shoot-em-ups, it should be capable of producing a variety of basic arcade affairs, puzzlers, and platformers, so long as you're patient and prepared to stick at it. Well, which is exactly what we found with the game that I made on the Spectrum, Novabug in Spectrum Land and things like that. Okay, let's have a look through. Have fun. In the meantime, off to Ripley to get hideously drunk. Okay, that's fine. And it's downloadable from his website. So there you go. It's on the screen there. Jonathan.caldwell.itch.io. If I copy the link, then you guys can play along. There you go. There's the link. Right, let's have a look. Constructing a game. Basically, games are combinations of different elements. AGD requires a little swapping of tapes for saving and loading, so if you are using an emulator, it's a good idea to switch off the option to automatically load tape files as soon as they're inserted. Yeah, that's a good idea. Right, here we go. Window area. You can vary the play area's size and position in the window scrolling option. The cursor keys allow you to position the window anywhere on screen. Okay, narrow window is 1, widen is 2, shorten is Q, and lengthen is A. So let's go and set up the window first. I think that the game was alright, actually. Test. That's probably alright, but let's make sure. So, where's the window? Window area. So I'm going to just expand it, because I want a nice full screen. That looks pretty good. And if we, yeah. But if I do that, then we can't have space at the bottom for information. So let's make a window of that. Save that. Erase screens. Yes. Okay. Let's first of all save the game now. Game starts at 13.568, ends at 9.19254. We don't really need to know that. Press the key to save game.bin. Saved onto the disk. And I can see on my screen here that Roland Rescue 2.dsk has been saved, so we know that this is working. Excellent, that's good news. So we've now got test game. There is nothing in the game. Excellent. So we know that everything's all right now. Right, let's begin. We need a Roland. So let's have a look at where are our sprites. S for sprite images. We've got nothing. Pretty much nothing at all. Let's create our sprite. We need a Roland. So let's scroll down to sprites and find out what we do with this. We don't want that. Sprite images. Insert Sprite Design would be nice. Objects. Map layout, jump table. Sound. We'll deal with sounds later on. Oh! Oh, we can do all kinds of events. What happens if events happen? Excellent. And we can even put in our own scripting. So we can definitely make this work. Current screen number and the lives remaining. So we can put them on screen. Oh, that is lovely. Right. Excellent. It's got to... Right, this is going to be really in-depth. This is more like when we're doing Dirk Headstrong. And we haven't actually Yeah, look at that. If we select Sprite Type 3 as our static collectible sprite type, we may write something along these lines to detect player collisions and pick them up. If collision 0, remove, score 100, end if. We could add a sound effect by sound 1. Yeah, this is right. So this is like, I'm so glad we've done it in this order when I think about it. We did Dirk Headstrong and the Martian Madness in 3D Construction Kit, and that required us to learn the 3D Construction Kit scripting language, which looks an awful lot like what we've got here. We then did Novabug in Spectrum World on the ZX Spectrum using Platform Game Designer by Jonathan Caldwell, and that got us the Manic Miner style that we're going to be using for platform games with this new Roland one. So we know that we can lay out games like that. Now we're combining the two together, and we've got a platform designer with all kinds of stuff. Oh, this is amazing. We can do all kinds. So, do all kinds of further reading. Paul Jenkinson produced a series of excellent AGD tutorials on YouTube. Paul Jenkinson, of course, being the guy who did the Spectrum show and is an amazing guy. Right, let's get into this. Looks like the sprite design that we need is fairly simple. We can put messages on the game. That's excellent. Collision distance. Sprites are 16 by 16, so normally they'll hit each other if their coordinates are less than 16 pixels apart. Yeah, you may wish to draw a player sprite which is somewhat slimmer, leaving gaps around both sides, so you won't want to count the gap as part of the sprite collision detection. You can reduce this distance to a lower pixel count. Bear in mind this setting only affects horizontal distances and applies to all collision detection between sprites. Excellent. So let's just make sure that we've got the right thing. Where is the thing about sprites? Objects, screen, sprite positions, no. Sprite design. Okay, pen color is P, that's what we want. Insert frame, remove frame, next frame. Alright, so it's pretty much the same as what we wanted before. Right, okay. Right. Move around the grid with the cursors, fixing and deleting pixels with space or 0. Right, that's all we needed to know. That's what I needed. Right. Okay, guys, let's get into this. If you're still here, thank you for sticking with me. So we've got the cursor keys and we can change these with space. Right, okay. So pen changes color. Okay, so what can we do? We can just delete the sprite and clear it all from that. Right, okay, so we need a Roland, basically. So we just delete this sprite. Delete. No, nothing. Apparently we're not deleting. Okay, how do I change? Right. I've now got lines that I don't want. This is not good. Sprite. Let's go back to sprites. And it's saved that. So, right, okay. This is not the best, but we'll see what happens. Delete sprite. Create sprite. Yes. Sprite 4. No. Previous sprite. What? Previous sprite is L. Let's have a look at what sprites we've got. Previous sprite. Previous sprite. Previous sprite. Previous sprite. Right, so, okay. Right, okay. In that case, let's make this a block since we know what we want. If I start with a blue block, we're going to make this blue on the outside as if it's a box. This is going to be one of our platforms. And it's going to be multicolored, so let's... Actually, let's go for green. If we go for green and red, then it'll look very Christmassy, which is kind of what we want. Because this is a Christmas-themed game, isn't it? So let's have a Christmas-themed thing. And we're going to just keep filling the entire thing in like this. Shame we don't get you know what I'm saying, a preview. It's weird that we don't. Guys, if you're still watching and you want to give ideas for the game, that's perfectly fine. But at the moment, the idea is basically it's going to be a platformer of Roland trying to make a lot of... trying to pick up presents that goblins have stolen, essentially. So we're going to have green and red, and this is going to be a present. It's going to be a nice little present wrapped up in a bow. I didn't think this will be quite nice. Okay, if I go to... Oh, I've gone past it. Where's my green? Come on, bring up the green. There it is. So if I do that, then that's about centered. Okay, we just need to get through the basic setup and then we can start doing some fun. This is going to be a lot like what we did with the other one, with Novabug, who we might put in as a little joke. Just a little joke, you know, he might turn up. Right, let's see if I... Can I... Be interesting if I could put this in as a... Like a highlight. That would be fun. Oh, we could do a texture on the outside to highlight... Because the Amstrad has better colours than the Spectrum. So we can highlight the edges. That's really nice. Okay, let's do that. So we've got a gift. Can we do that with red? We haven't got a lighter red, have we? It's a shame. What if we do that? Yeah, that works. Then we've got like a highlighted edge. This is going to be fun. Right, now we've got save that. Okay. And we're gonna put that into a map. So let's have a look at where's our screens? Where can we create a screen? Collision events, sound, save game, jump table, load game, map, sprite positions, sprite images test. Screen layouts, C. Screen 1. Screen 0. Okay, we're gonna put down a block. How do we do the screen layouts? Move left through block table, right through block tables 1 and 2. So let's do this. Let's quickly check that everything's still running. We are still online. Excellent, that is good news. I have to check every now and again. Let's see what we can do. So if I go through the block table, what have we got? Oh, come on, tell me it's saved that. We just worked on this. Okay, right, what's happened there? Objects. Oh. Blocks. We didn't create a block. Oh, I just created a thing and thought it was but it wasn't. Right, we have to create some blocks. So let's go through next. What blocks have we got? Block 1 is that. Block 2 is that. Well, I'm going to change these because I wanted a present as a block. Why can't... Well, I suppose I've made a present now. We can use it for something else as a sprite. It could be a monster. They could be... Oh! They could be firing presents at us. That would be funny. Stitch this, Roland. So we need some blocks. Well, this is the ice area, so let's change our pen to... Where's cyan? There. If we change our pen to cyan, we can make a kind of icy look to a block. I don't want these everywhere, but we could do something with this. Yeah. It's kind of ice. That'll be interesting. Just as a kind of, yeah. A little bit icy. Where's white? Yeah. A few little highlights here and there. How's that? That kind of works. Okay. So there's our first block. Our next block won't be quite like that. We need something else. Let's have a look. Bit of a darker ice. Let's see what else we can put in. Wow. Yeah, a bit darker. Let's have standard blue instead of horrifically blue. Very small. But yeah, we can do this. Okay, and what would we have as highlights on this one? Darker blue again. Put that on the outside of it. That's interesting. So if I go back to that other kind of, what is that, indigo? We could have an interesting pattern effect on it. Yeah. Okay. Switch to that blue. Now we've got an interesting one there. Next. No, we don't have a block for that. Okay, let's leave. That's a ladder? That's a wall. And this is apparently a ladder. Why have we got a ladder? Do we need a... I suppose we can have a ladder. That could be... Alright, if we're going to have a ladder, then it should look like a ladder, shouldn't it? So let's... Right, let's do this. If we're going to have a ladder, let's do this. Make it actually look like a ladder. Yeah, that kind of works. Yeah, right. We'll have a ladder, apparently. Right, need to turn the middle bits black, because that's how they're going to be. The background is going to be black, basically. Right, so now we've got a ladder. How do we insert another block? Because I want a different kind of background. Screen, no, blocks. Where's blocks? Where's blocks? Come on, we need the block design. Blocks are used to construct the screens. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we have a space. We have a platform. We have a wall. Well, we've got walls, and they're the ice blocks. So we're going to set a space of 0 to set a pixel. Enter escape returns to the main menu. Set the current pen color with P. So how do I create another block? Ah, here we are. Right, Q can go through the block properties. X is to create a new block. So we haven't got a platform yet. We've got a wall, and we've got a space, and we've got a ladder. Well, we want a new one, don't we? We need a platform. Create a block. Yes. Platform. Here we go. Right, now we're getting somewhere. Right, let's do this. Right, we need some different kinds of platforms, because we don't just want, you know, stuff. So let's have a look. What colours can we have? Something that's going to stand out a little bit. Green. We could have green. I'm going to make just a standard block, and then we're going to pattern it so that they'll fit together and look quite nice. I've gone for a kind of greenish. Let's go for a little darker green. Where's my dark? That's a bright green, but okay. If I put a few blocks there, blit there. Okay. Not a huge amount to it, but I think that will work. Hello to Frozen Well, how are you doing? So we've now got a platform, and it looks very basic. That's what we want for a starting area. So platform, enter. Now if we create a screen layout, we should be able to do something with it. So there's our block, which is a platform. So if I put that in, this is as far down as we go. So we've got a lot of blocks, and they kind of fit together now. So if you see what we're doing. And this is going to be our starting area. So if I press W or Q, we can create a wall. So here we go. So now we've got a wall. And we can go back to a platform. We have another one. Yeah, there's a ladder. So Roland will be able to climb up a ladder. No, go back. Ladder. There's a ladder. And that will go up to a platform. Patrick says, I've considered it too, but decided to stick to text adventures. Frozen saying, been meaning to try AGD for a while. It looks pretty good. I'm actually impressed so far. We've made rapid progress. Let's put it that way. Okay, so we've got some stuff. I'm just basically setting out a weird looking room. This will probably all get changed later on, because let's face it, we don't really know what we're doing yet. This is very, very early days. I don't like the slowness. It's a bit annoying. But what can I do? It's just how it is. Patrick says, this will be as cruel as Novabug in Speculand. Yeah, that's the idea. I don't like to make games that are too easy. What can I say? I want a game where you will enjoy playing it for a while. So let's blank off that one on the end, because I don't think we need it. And not that one either. Not that one either. So we've got a little bit of space. What can we do with a screen layout? How do we... Oh, you may wish to use fast draw mode by pressing F. That's interesting. That'll be good. Right. Okay. How do we create... How do we set where we start? That's where we really need to know. Sprite positions. This allows you to position sprites. Okay. Yeah, we'll probably need to do that. Objects. Distinct from sprites, objects are static items. Map layout. Yeah. Well, we'll have a look. We'll see what happens. Let's have a look. Test our game. X. So all we have at the moment is a very, very large object. Now I'm thinking about it. That is quite big. So that's going to be a hell of a size sprite. But we'll see how it goes. So anyway, we've got... Now that's... Guys, I've just thought, we have an issue here. Because look at the size of that sprite compared to those blocks. If we have a game where that's the size of our sprites, then those ladders are too small. So what we should really do is start working out how to lay ladders that are two pixels wide instead. Yeah, okay. Let's go back to our blocks. Where is our ladder? It's not wide enough. That needs to be too wide. So, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. How do I copy blocks again? M copies and K pastes. Okay, so if I copy that, and then create another block, and paste it, nothing happened. Why did nothing happen? What? That should have worked, shouldn't it? Where's the blocks? Is the block? Oh. You can't copy and paste a block? Alright. Right, well, that's okay. If we go back, so the first one is blank. At the top is blank. Right, so go down to brown again. Where's brown? Come on. There we are. Right, so do that way. Right. This should work. Actually, I'm going to make a different choice. So if we have, since our guy is going to be big, let's have blocks that look like they could actually hold him. You know? P, come on. Right, so now it's too wide and it should be too thick as well. Where's it gone? I pressed the wrong button, so I've got to change the pen back. So this is now going to be too wide and too thick. So let's change the color. Right. Yeah, that'll work. Right, okay, so where's our type? That's a ladder? Yes. Right, okay, let's try this. B for blocks. No, not B for blocks. Screen layout. Screen layout. Right. So now what type of block do we have? Yes. How about pressing F and just do... Oh, that is... Oh, I like fast laying mode. There we go. So now that looks better. But we're going to have to remember that. So if I... No. Which one is it? Block. Right, fast lay. Yeah. Now walls look thick enough. Platforms should be okay. But this is looking better already, so just do a big platform there. And a platform here. And remember that it's going to be quite a tall and fat character that we've got, so we don't want it to be... Oh, I've still got fast lay written instead of. So, block. Right. This should be interesting. How do I set where the character starts? Mark current screen. Okay. Create new screen, delete current screen, toggle fast draw mode, paste from mark screen, blah 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 blah. So do I not set where the guy starts? That's weird. Sprites fixing and deleting pixels with a space or 0. Okay, right, let's see. That should be okay. So if I go back to testing the game, now we can see that the sprite is pretty much the thickness of the walls that we've got and would actually fit on those ladders. So that's nice. It also means that we've got a lot more texture space that we can play with on those ladders. I could actually highlight bits, texture them, make them look more 3D. Which we may do later, but we've got an interesting colour scheme going, so that's nice. The walls look quite cold. The floor is definitely different from the walls. That is good. What are the controls? How do I set the controls? Sprite positions. This allows you to position sprites in their start positions for each level using the cursor keys. 8 sprite types are available, and sprites can be set up as any of these, allowing you to position bonuses, enemy sprites, the player sprite starting position, or any other types of sprite. Excellent, so that's how we do it. Right. Who is the player sprite? Type 0 is usually used for the player's sprite. Excellent, so sprite 0, that's what we want. N sprite positions. He is going to start here. Okay. Test game. Did I just say... Yes! Here. Roland is in the right place. He's currently looking like a present, but he's in the right place, and that's what counts. So, can I move Roland? How does he move? I have no idea. Well, that's interesting. So, let's go back to this and see. Do we have any... That sounds save games. Jump table. Set how he jumps. Yeah, that looks fine. That's a nice jumping method. Save the game, G. That's still on Roll and Rescue 2. So, we've now got that. So, how does he move? How do I move the... Oh, for goodness sake, just tell me how to move him. This shouldn't be that hard. Right, we're saved. So how does he move? AGD CPC movement controls. Come on. This is Jonathan himself. Lots of bug fixes, blah blah blah. It doesn't have anything to do with it. So what are the keys? Oh, no, this is Spectrum 1. So I've got no idea of the controls. Right, I've got an idea. Let's load the game that came with it. So let's reset the computer since we've saved, so we're okay. We can do that. Eject. Insert a disk. Sakura. Okay, game designer. AGD. Catalog. Where's the game? Run game. So, what are my keys? What happened? I pressed something. This has gone... Right, well that didn't work. Maybe it's in another manual? How can I test the game if I don't know what to press? AGD history? What's that? Look this up. Well, that's no use. Joystick selectable now. Return to basic at end of game. Checks for objects in new next sprite position. Blah 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 blah. Don't know if... What are the keys? Let me know what the keys are. This is not fair. I need to know what the keys are. In 2018, I released MPAGD, or Multi-Platform Arcade Game Designer. This is a tool for Windows 10, allows users to create games for a number of different formats, including CPC. Direct conversions of old Spectrum AGD games are now possible. That's nice. So we could convert this game over to the thing. That would be actually quite cool. I could develop games for both. Guys, I'm so sorry. Games are controlled via joystick, and it is possible to select which one the game will use by poking address 13580. Value 0 tells the game to use joystick 0. Any other will use joystick 1. So I need to have a joystick in. This is a joystick only thing. Oh, for goodness sake. Right, okay, so where's arcade game? Right, okay. Let's load the game. Run AGD. Right. Change the disk. Drag this one in. Roll into the rescue. Load game. Load game from disk, yes. Okay, Arcade Game Designer test game. We're here. Right, I have no ability to use a joystick unless I go through the menus. So, window, no. Is this controls? No, that's keyboard. I don't want to... Oh, add a device. No, I don't want to add a mouse or a memory expansion. Why can't... What? Where are my controls? Oh my goodness. How do we do this then? I've got a joystick plugged in. Will it just detect... It just detects it. Okay, so we've got left and right. We can go up the ladder. What if I press fire? Fire doesn't do anything. Oh, but I don't fall. If I... Right, so that's interesting. I can only go... Oh, this is... Right. Okay, so this is... We're going to have to set what events... I think we're going to have to set events because I have no ability to jump right now, which is not good. I don't like there's joystick only. That's not nice. Yeah. Not the best. AGD has been designed with the same functionality for the Spectrum. Right, okay. Okay. Let's see what events we've got for... How about jump? Jump command. The current sprite will jump, providing it is not already in mid-air and there are no walls in the way. Any sprite can be made to jump, not just those under the direct control of the player. Fall command. Providing the sprite is not already falling or jumping, this checks to see if the sprite is standing on top of solid ground. So this, right, so we've got to add all of this in. Basically, we haven't even started yet. So, okay, show score command shows the score at the current cursor position. Should be immediately preceded by instructions setting up the line and column position for the cursor. Right, so we need to set up a lot of this stuff. Right, okay. Ladder above, ladder below, functions condition is true if the current sprite can go up or down a ladder, that's fine. We know a lot of that anyway, so let's go to events. This is the part where you get to have a say about the game logic and can change the way... Right, so it's not even set up for anything, right? I get what's going on. So this is basically, here are the abilities to make a load of different games, but it hasn't set up for any particular style. So the reason we can't do anything for the moment is because we haven't told it how to jump, how to climb properly, and how to fall. Right. We're going to have to do that then. Okay, let's bring this back up and leave. We now know how to make the thing move, so that's nice. So we need some events. Player control type 0. Select event. Oh. Okay, what happened there? There are several events for which you can write the logic. Aside from those which occur at certain times in the game, there are events associated with 8 sprite types. These are the events which control the movement and logic of each type of sprite. Type 0 is usually reserved for the player's sprite. Okay. Player movement, reading keys, collision detect. Reading keys? Well, we can add keys. Sprite parameters with the coordinates of the current sprite, global variables. Oh, can we... Okay. That is excellent. We might be able to make something nice from this. Game initialization, restart screen, sprite, blah, 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 blah. Right, okay. Let's try this. So if I go into events, we select a player of control event, if key 0, if the... Right. Right, this is horrible text. This is... Oh my goodness, you should have gone to mode 0 and just used the built-in font. If key 0, if ladder above, let image equal 1. Animate sprite up. End if. If key 1, if ladder below, animate sprite down. End. So key 0 must be up and key 1 must be down. Yeah? I think. Then we have 2 and 3. 2 is going left, 3 is going right. Right. Okay, if y is less than 4, let y equals 84. So it's x up. Interesting. Right, okay. So how do I do a falling? Is there an example of a fall command? There's a lot of examples near the end of the thing. Assume we have a play window 22 characters high with a single character gap at the top and bottom of the screen. Say we want to draw a box around the window, we can do this by displaying messages in the game initialization event. That's nice. Okay. Change the sprite's behavior. Okay. If we set a sprite type 3 as our static collectible sprite type, blah, 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 blah. No, I don't want to move anything. Right. So can I just stack ifs so that we can have the character fall? I want the character to fall. Command, providing the sprite is not already falling or jumping, this checks to see if the sprite is standing on top of solid ground. If not, it will start to fall using the descending half of the jump table. Fall is useful if your sprite type is subject to gravity, e.g. platform games. That's what I want. So let's do a fall. Right. I want, so fall. We can do a fall. Okay. 2 or 3. Yes. Why was it else? Well, I want, if can. Image equals 0, animate sprite, right. I want to put an if check into here, don't I? Sprite right, fall. Let's see, this can't be that easy, surely. Fall. Okay, let's go back and test the game. We are well, now appears like we're constantly trying to fall. Yes! We now fall. We now fall. We still can't jump, but we can fall. Right, now we're getting somewhere, and it's constantly trying for that. That's interesting. And it's constantly trying for that. Which is not exactly what I wanted, but it'll do for now. So, events player control. So, we've got key 0, 1, 2, and 3. How do we detect a jump? What are the joystick keys again? Joystick numbers, blah, 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 blah. Where is it? The value of 0 turns you can choose joystick, blah, blah, blah. That's not what I want. That's not what I... It's not what we want. What I really, really want is to have the ability to jump by pressing the fire button. Where is the fire button? How do I know what the fire button is? If we get this and we know what's going on, that'll be great. Functions can only be used after an if. Okay. Escape returns to the original lightning fast machine code. That's very nice. Functions can only be used after an if. Make sprites with different movement patterns. That's very nice. Okay. I don't have the ability to do anything else. So I'm going to suggest if we try key 4, because I have a feeling that 4 will be the jump, the fire button even, because we haven't got that. 0 is for down, or is it for up? Right, 0 is going up. 1 is going down. 3 is going right. 2 is going left. So I think if we press the fire button, it'll be key 4. If key 4, jump. End if. That should work, shouldn't it? That seems to be all we need, isn't it? Because they're very quick. Okay. Yeah, right, let's try that. Hopefully that'll work. Test game. Right, our guy is just stood there. Going left, going right, climbing up, falling down. Yes! Yes! Key 4 is joystick fire button. We've got to jump. We can jump. We can jump all over the place. And it's a good jump. It's a nice jump. Oh, that is lovely. That is exactly what we want. He can't jump through there. That's in the wrong place. Okay, that's good. At least we know that now. So let's jump up there. Oh, this is exactly what we want. He can't climb. He can't jump onto a ladder and keep going. So that's worth knowing for level design. But Right, guys, I am happy now. This is what we did with. This is the problem we had with the Nova Book game right at the start. Arcade game developer or designer, whatever it is tricky to get used to. But once you've worked out what's going on and how it's working and how its logic works, it's really simple to get something good. Oh my goodness, we have something here and it works. Frozen Well says, we got a platform already. This is pretty quick. Yeah, this is surprisingly quick. I like this. This is good. Right. Now we know that that block is in the wrong place. You can't get through that way. And we also know that it's just going to keep scrolling back and forward. We don't really want that. I want to border around the level. Because Roland needs to collect all the stuff on this level in order to get to the next point. But we've got something so far. That's nice. So, can we put some text on the screen? T for text. Score and message. Yes! Score! We want that. Yeah. Frozen Well says, I'm downloading it now, need to try it. Yeah, this is good. I like this. This is good. People should be going for this. This is fun. Right. Map layout, screen layout and all of that. Objects. Sprite positions. No. Let's just get our Roland in instead of faffing about with text. Sprite. No. Where is our sprite? Actually, G. Save the game. We need to know. Drive A disk is write protected. What? Disk shouldn't be write protected. What's going on here? Eject. Insert it again. Should not be write protected. What's going on? Roland rescue. Retry. Disk is not write protected. What's going on? Cancel. Cancel. What's wrong with this disk? There is nothing wrong with this disk, as far as that says. All remove. Remove 2 items, yes. Select. Save. Save game, G. Cancel. Cancel. Right, I don't know what's going on here. New disk. Extended disk. CPC data file. Roland Rescue 2A. Save game. Disk is saved. I hope. 2A. Get info. Well, it's got something on it, so that's good news. Let's check the disk again. Press the button, we can explore it. What's on the disk? Nothing. What can it? Why is nothing on this disk? Save game. Right, hopefully something worked that time. Did it? Yes. Right, okay. Right, so let's set up our sprite. Where's our sprite? Sprite images are S. Makes sense. Right, so we want... Basically, we want to clear this, don't we? How do we... Where's the sprite? Remove frame is R. Looks like there was an error message first time. Yeah, I thought there might be, Patrick. Remove this frame. Remove the frame. How do I got the next frame? Next frame is F. So I got a next frame. That wasn't the next frame. Right. Next sprite is N. Why do I not have any frames? Insert frame, remove frame. Okay, next frame is F. Insert frame. Can we insert a frame? Insert a frame, yes. Next frame, frame 1. Previous frame is R. No, don't. No, don't. What's the previous frame? Next frame. Oh, we just keep going with next frame. Okay. So frame 0. Remove frame. Can't remove the frame. But we can go to the next frame. And if I copy that frame, M. Yeah? Yes. Copy that. Next frame. Paste. Yes. Blank. Excellent. Right, now we're here. So we need a Roland. And Roland's going to look a bit odd, isn't he? Because he's... Let's go for... He's going to be pink. Because Roland is traditionally weird pink. No, that'll do. Okay, so if we do this as... And then hand and hand. Pen. Yeah, that's our Roland. He's an oddity. He's an oddity. Oh, this is going to look stupid, but I don't really care. Because it's a basic thing to get us going. And that's what counts. So, he's going to have a hat on. Because our Roland needs a hat. And white eye. There we go. And a nose. That's Roland. Where's his trousers? He's going to look sideways through the entire game. Oh, he can be quite big. Oh, Roland's bigger than I expected. So, okay. Paste the frame, yeah. So, he's bigger than I expected. He can go over to here. Which means he can be a lot more detailed. Right, let's have his hat. So he can be big. He'll have brown hair. Well, actually, he'll have red hair because we can have red hair. And let's make his face pink again because Roland is traditionally that kind of colour. Yeah. Yeah, that works. So now we've got our dude, and he needs to be in a blue outfit, same as his hat. Because we're not doing the old gem software style of Roland where it turned out he had no fashion sense. That was a weird thing, wasn't it? Although actually he's going to have different arm colours because that way we can animate him better. So can we have a nicer different colour of blue? Is that blue? And then we have a darker blue. So if I do a darker blue for the main bulk of him, then we can have a lighter blue for his arm movements. So if I start him off here with his arms just down. Oh, that's as far down as he'll go. Right, okay. So he's a lot shorter than I expected, but that's okay. So he has arms like that. That's alright. So he's going to go from like this. And he's going to have a flesh-coloured hand on the end. Where is his hand? There it is. There's his hand. And he's going to have different coloured trousers. Dark blue trousers. That's his legs. Black for getting rid of stuff. Like that. There is Roland. Roland can have a mustache just to give him like a facial feature. Where's a colour? There it is. There we are. Roland now has a porn star handlebar mustache. And no frames to his animation, so let's copy that. Next frame, paste that, yes. So now we're going to move his leg back. Where's black? I need black. There it is. What are we drawing? This is ridiculous. But it'll work, and that's the fun part. That's the fun part of all of this. So if I draw him back like this, then we can colour that in. And when his skin colour comes up, then this will work. Okay. Test game X. There's Roland. He should be animated. Very, very badly animated. Yeah. It works! We need to use a different animation from going the other way, but look at that. He's got an animation. He kind of disappears when he goes over things, but that's all right. We can have a different animation for him climbing up the ladder. Oh, we can have a different animation for him climbing up the ladder. That one that was bright white, that's why he's changing colour, because he's climbing. Oh, this is going to be amazing. Guys, this program is fantastic. Right, we've been going for an hour and 20 minutes, and we've already got platforms worked out, a jumping mechanism. He can now fall from platforms, and he's animated. He's not animated going in the correct direction, but we can do something with that. So there we go. Right. Okay. This is going to be good. This is going to be amazing. So, save game. Where is it? G. Okay. Looks like that's saved. So, right. How do we set which sprite it is that we use? Usually 0 for the sprite itself. So, where? Messages, no, collision distance events. Right, sprite type 1, player movement. Oh, hang on. Why am I even looking? Because we already know what triggers the event. Events, player control. Let image equals 1. Let image equals 0. So sprite, the sprite for going up and down is image equals 1. So I'm going to put in let image equals 1 for going down the thing. Going right. Yeah. We don't need that. It's there. Screen right, we don't need that. Let image equals 0 for going right. Let image equals, and we're going to have 2 for that because we're going to use the second thing. Right. Image equals 2 for going left. Okay, now we're going to sprites again. Where's sprites? Sprites is S. copy that. Which one is the controls for sprites? Where's sprites? I want him to go left. Look left now. Sprite position. So is this sprites? Right. How do I mirror? Can we not split? Oh, there's no ability to just turn it the other way around. That's a real shame. That really is a shame. Okay. So let me just take a quick screenshot and drop that down. Where are my screenshots? I need this on screen, so that's my screen, and I'm just going to put that there. Now, how do I change sprites? Next sprite is N. Right, that makes sense. So next sprite, that's for going up and down. And this is not what I want. I'm just going to blank this off. Well, actually, frame, no frames. Insert frame. Can I insert frame? Yes. Next frame. Copy that. Next frame. Paste that. Yes. Blank it out. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, and then 2 there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is actually a different colour. There we go. So he's there. So he needs to go the other way. Where are my colours that I need? Oh, I've just scrolled past the one I wanted. Where's the hair colour? Where? He's not going to change his hair colour while he's gone this way. So 1, 2, 3. Down, down, down. And 1 down. 1, 2, 3. Right, where's his flesh colour? Flesh. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Doof, doof. Doof, 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 doof. Okay, so now we've got our guy. And where's his eyes? So he's looking that way. Now we need to get the colour of his shirt, which is the darker blue. Doof, doof. 1, 2, 3, 4. And how many is that? 2. Right, that's our guy. Where's his duck trousers? Right, there he is. So we need to change to this. Give us, there he is. 1, 2, 3, and no, he goes like this, doesn't he? Because that's his hand. Where's his flesh colour? That's all he looked like, isn't it? So copy that. And then the next frame, paste that, yes. And now he doesn't look like that anymore. He's gone a bit different. So he's gone 2 back. And that is his flesh there. And the rest is, like that. And then here, he's gone weird. So, blank out his legs. And we'll work out a better walking animation later. But for now, that's what he looks like. In fact, let's give him some shoes. Let's give him, what colour shoes would he have? Where does it work? So, he's going to have orange boots on. That way they'll show up. Copy that. No, we don't want to copy that. Go back a frame. Where's his boots? Doof, 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 doof. There we are. Next sprite is N, isn't it? Yes. Doof, 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 doof. Yeah. And then next frame. Doof, doof, doof. Doof, doof, doof. Okay, next sprite. Oh, it's fat. It's got more fat underneath. Okay. for his trousers. Right, P, 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 doof, 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 doof. And next frame. Doof. No. Oh! Actually, no, that wouldn't be like that, would it? Let's just blank that off. When he's walking, he looks a bit different. Next sprite. No, he does look like that. Okay, I just want to make sure that he's correct when we're drawing him, so he looks the same going both ways. Right. Test game. Going left. Going right. There we are. He now looks right. And we've worked this out so quick. I am so happy, guys. How is that? How good is that? We have a Roland that can walk. Guys, I am so happy. In an hour and a half, we have created a sprite that works. He looks decent. He's colourful. We can certainly work on his animations later, but he works. And it looks all right. I am so happy now. Let's get rid of the preview. I am so happy. We've got it working. Now all we need is the sprite from going up and down the ladder, because I don't think Roland turning into a bright white shape would look quite right. So let's have an animation of him going up and down. But first of all, let's save the game. Haha! There we go. So let's go back to Sprites S. Next sprite. This is the one. So next frame. We'll need 2 frames. We definitely need 2 frames. Copy that to keyboard. Paste it. Yes, so it's blank. So we need his hat. Where's his hat color? Oh, actually, why did I close down the preview? I want to know what he looks like, don't I? So I can work this out. He's going to look a bit odd if we don't know what he looks like. Right, now I can have that on screen most of the time and just keep it down the corner and still see what you guys are saying. So I can still talk to you. Right, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There we are. So he'll be there with his 2. There's his hat. Now his what's his head? There. And it will come down. It goes down to 3. Yeah, it goes down 3. And then 2 at the back. So, Pete. Then there's his neck, and then his shirt collar. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 down because that's how big he is. And then we've got his trousers. And it's 2 blocks of trousers. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. This is going to be fairly simplistic because let's face it, it would be. There's his orange feet. Like that. And we need his arms. So the lighter blue. 2, 3. 1, 2. And where's his flesh colour? There it is. So his hands are like that. Copy that. Next frame. Paste that. Yes. Now his hands there and there. And there. This time that's gone. Where's his boot colour? Oh, I've just gone past the boot colour. Come on, give me the boots! Give me the boots, damn it. There we are. Right. Very, very simple. Let's see if that works. Test game. Yeah. He now looks like he's climbing. Excellent. So if I climb to the top, hang on, if I climb up here and climb to the top, and we can't jump, so I do need to sort that out because that ladder won't work. So there you are. And he looks right. He looks like he needs to. That is right. You can't jump on top of a ladder, but we can do that. That's no problem. We can sort that out by adjusting where the platforms are. So, that's pretty cool. Guys, we have got the makings of a game now. We don't have a different animation from jumping, but that's okay. Because let's face it, we don't need one. In fact, if he jumps or falls, does he... No, he doesn't animate while falling. We can sort that out as well. Where are the events? Because we didn't set that, did we? No, we can't. We can't fall. Animate a fall. That's okay. But we can animate a jump. Animate. That'll be interesting if we can. Haha. Right, let's try that. Can we animate a jump? He doesn't animate as in a jump. Or does he? Is he animate? He is kind of animating in a jump. Yeah, he is, look. Right, so we've got the makings of a game now, so I am so happy with this. So let's save the game. Right. Sounds. Let's have a look at sounds. What can we do here? How do the sounds work? I'd like to put some sounds into the game. That'd be fun. We'll sort out the rest of the stuff once we've got all the little bits done. Where's the sounds? Hear present sound. Or create new sound. Okay. Move around the values of the cursor keys, increasing and decreasing with 1 and 2. Space or 0 will toggle the noise on and off. Well, we definitely don't want that. Oh! I like that. That's an interesting sound. Can we use that for landing? Is there an event for landing? Oh, for collisions? Right, if we go back, that's sound 0. What about events for collisions? No. Alright, main loop 1. Let's have a look at main loop 1. Enter file. There's nothing in main loop 1. Is there anything in main loop 2? Enter file. No, there isn't. Okay. What if I put it into the fall? Sound 0. Hello to James Furman, how are you doing? He says, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? How are you this evening? I'm doing well, I'm really happy with this game. Let's see what we've got. Well, that's not exactly what I wanted to. That's not what I want. That's definitely not what we want. Let's go back to the events and take the sound out of that. So leave that. So what about if we've got a collision? If let key right below screen. Image frame direction power animate and then back. Next level restart sprite up sorry. No checks made for blocks in the way. Spawn, remove, dig up, dig down. Collision. Requires one numeric argument to specify the sprite type. Condition is true. Oh, so sprite, we can't do blocks. Other. Should only be used after a successful collision check. So we can't. Oh, well, that's a shame. Oh, well, we can't. Is this Castle Quest? No, this is a game that we're creating. This is Roland Goes Rescuing 2. The Return to the Ice Kingdom. Something like that. Screen up deadly. Custom. Wait, key, jump, fall. As you expect. Got, get, put, detect object. And repeat multiple. Oh, that's a shame. We haven't got any... Detect player collisions and pick them up. Yeah, that's a shame. Collisions, oh well. That's a shame. Well, we can't do it. Okay. But we can put in a sound from jumping. So we want to do that because that will be fun. Let's go to sounds. So we can... What if we do this? Turn this one on. Let's turn this volume right. Well, the noise. Turn the volume that down a little bit. Oh, that one. What if I turn this to something weird? Actually, sod it. We don't want any sounds for the moment. Let's just save this. We'll sort sounds out at a different time. We know how to put them in the game, so that's okay. Let's do the screen layout. Now, we know that we can't get to the top of this ladder because it can't get there. So let's set the ladder to there and to there and go up one and see if that helps us get up to there. Now we have to leave a bit of a blank. James Furman says, this is well off my pay grade. Are you on the Amstrad? Yes. This is a piece of software that lets you create Amstrad games. So we're just having a bit of fun to see what we can do. Okay. And if we take that out, do we want to take that out? Actually, I don't want to take that out because that's stopping you from getting there. We have to try and make this a bit fun after all, don't we? And over here, let's have a ladder that doesn't seem to go anywhere right now, but which will, because that is going to go up to a room above. And just draw that down there all the way, because that is the edge of the screen. As far as this will go, and that is all you get. Right. Let's draw that in there like that. And a little wall here. Actually, take that last one out. Don't want that. Right, let's leave that like that. Test the game. Here we are. Let's have a look around. We've got Roland going up and down. Yeah, and now he gets off the ladder, which is what we want, and he falls. And if he's up the ladder, he goes up, yeah, and jumps across. He can jump up onto that. He can jump over to here. Can he get over to there? No, he can't. Oh, that's interesting. We've got the screen set weirdly. So he can't actually get to the other side. So if I drop him down onto here, he can't get over there, so we're going to have to work that out. But boink, and he disappears and goes over there. So do we need to... We do, because we haven't changed the size of the screen, have we? Okay, screen, events. Player control. Up and down, yes, but Y greater than 84, then well, that Y equals 4. But that's not right, is it? 84 isn't right. Because we've changed the size of the screen. So let's put that to 90. I'm guessing with all of this that Y equals 2. Y is less than 2. Goes, no. Equals 90. Let's see how that works. Oops, wrong. Go back. Go back. Test the game. If we're now on 90... So he now doesn't go over there because that's not 2. Right. Actually, 4 might have been the right one. Let's see if we can get this to go further. Can he get... No, 90 is not right, because look where we are. Now we can't get out of there. Okay, so we're getting somewhere with this, but it's not quite right. Events. Player control. Let Y equals 4. If Y is less than 4. And it needs to be what, like 100? Save game. Because we definitely don't want this to break. Right, that looks alright. Test game. James Furman says, I seem to remember 96. Right, there we go. So, we get to 4 and he comes over to here. But he doesn't quite get to the end, does he? 100 still doesn't do it. So let's quickly push him back over. Yeah, he's almost there. Let's see, events, player control. So that needs to be, let's say, 106. No, 108 because it's in 4. It's in increments of 4. So let's see if this will work. 108. Why do I keep pressing enter? Test the game. Still not quite there. Look at that. Still not quite there. He's almost the edge, but he's not quite there. So that needs to be 100 and... Let's say 110. We will... Once we've got this worked out, it's fine, and we'll be alright from there. Y equals 110. Y equals 4. Actually, no, it won't be. 112, because it has to be in increments of 4. 112. So 112. And save the game. Yep, that didn't come up with an error, so we should be alright. Test game. Yes. Now he can't go back across because he doesn't come out there. So that's good. And he comes in through the... Yes, we're fine now because so 4 is right there, and 104 is there. Yes, we did it! So now I've got to sort out why he can't get through certain bits, and that's all about the screen layout C. So we need to clear off that bit, that bit, that bit, and that bit, because it makes no sense for it to be there. In fact, let's drop this entire bit down. P, no, not P, 2, where, there it is. Right, I think we're okay now. This should work. This should work. That'll be fun. And not P. Why do I keep pressing P? I don't know. Try that. If we get this first we keep getting sounds, and I don't like that. That shouldn't be happening. Right. Can we... Yeah, we don't... We land the guy, and he's not happy. That's good. Right on the edge, and he can... And he can jump to it. Yes! This is working out. He can't, however, get further up. Which is not what I wanted. Can he... He cannot get up to that next platform. So we can't get over there. So that's too high. And that's another thing we need to work out. Screen layouts. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And get rid of that. Test game. Don't know why it's making those sounds. Jump, jump. I thought we'd taken all the sounds out. Can't get over to that. So that's something we're going to have to work on. Yeah. But at least we can get up to that one. We can't jump off it, because we fall off. But we can get to that one. Right. That's okay, we're getting somewhere now. Screen layouts. This needs to go down. Have you tried the Windows version of this? Says Frozen. I haven't. I was aware that there was a Windows version, but I haven't tried it. I have to admit that. I really just like playing on the old systems, I have to admit. Right, that should get us going for now. We'll see how we go from here. So, now let's put in an enemy. No, let's put in a collectible. Let's put in a collectible, an object. Object 0. We want a present. Present. Oh, objects can be big. Wow, objects can be huge. That's interesting. I don't really want a huge object, though. We want a present. Why did I press P? Escape. Right. We want... let's say... we do want a present. We do, yeah. So, objects. What are the object issues? Screen layout, sprite images, sprite positions, objects. Distinct from sprites, objects are static items which a sprite might pick up or possibly drop. Similar to sprites, they consist of 8 by 16 pixel images, although they only have one frame. These can be edited in much the same way as sprite images. For each object, you will need to define its position at the beginning of the game. Unlike sprites, objects do not respawn every time the player enters the room, so they can be picked up in one room, then dropped in another, making them ideal for arcade adventure games. We could make a Dizzy style game. That would be cool. We're going to go with a platformer for this one, though. The starting screen is changed with Q and W keys. A starting screen of 255 indicates that the object starts the game in the player's inventory. Objects which are missing at the start of play, i.e. don't appear on any screen or in the player's inventory, should be assigned a starting screen of 254. Press P to place an object in its designated position on its starting screen. So ink color is I this time. P is position of the object on starting screen. Change starting screen, change starting screen. Next object, last object. Objects may be handled in the event code with got, get, put, or, and detect object. Additionally, the object's variable scores the result of the object. Right. So we're going to insert an object with X, delete an object with D. We're going to change the pen color with I. So I want a different color, different pen color. We want the nice laid back green. That's the one. This thing is huge. This is the ridiculously huge. Right, so we can get a fair size. Okay. We can get a fairly large thing. Why have I... Well, we're going to have that there. I to change colours. What colours can we have? Well, okay. We're going to have an Amstrad, but it's going to be a funny looking Amstrad because it's going to be dark coloured. It's going to be weirdly coloured, let's put it that way. Right, black. Colour that one in. Yeah, all of that. Take that away. So we're going to have no, that's where I want it. I keep pressing P and it should be I. Right, this is going to be the Amstrad. There's its screen. Actually, if I bring that down by 1, that would be better, wouldn't it? No, not P! Press I! I to change the colours. Oh my goodness! Every other screen, you press P to change the colour on of the pen. Ah! Oh dear, what am I doing with my life? Actually, let's change that as well. So that it's not as tall as Roland is, because that would be a bit weird if it was. Right, so now we've got this. Yeah, that works. Right. It's funny looking, but it will work. What an odd colour for the face. Yellow. Yeah. Actually, if we did this and turned the things into yellow, then we could have... Yeah. This will work. I just want it to look odd, but recognisably like a computer. Right. Test game. Okay, it's not there. So let's go back to objects. Pen. Object 0 should be starting ROM is 254. No. Map. Yeah, it's 00. So objects. Pen start position is there. How do I set its starting room? Change starting screen is Q. Okay. So I want to actually appear. No. Start room 0. Right. There it is. So we have an object. Roland can't actually do anything with it, because that's not how this works. Roland can jump really high. It doesn't do anything. He can't collect it, but it's there. Right, now we're getting somewhere. So what about if an object, let's have a look. For example, the following code will automatically pick up any object over which a sprite passes. Detect object. If object less than or greater than 255, get object end if. That would be great. That's all we want. There's going to be nothing to do but pick up the presence and the objects. So, retro virtual machine, events. Player control, I suppose it is. Yeah. Player control. If. No, actually, det object, wouldn't it? Yeah. Let's have a look at the example one further down. Yeah. If we select sprite type 3 as our static collectible sprite type, we may write something along lines to detect player collisions. If collision. Oh! So we could have a sprite instead, and we could have them move around? That'd be interesting. Okay. Well, we don't really need to do that. Yeah. We'll just have it as a collectible, as an object. It's fine. Different objects will be dealt the same way. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Detect object, wasn't it? Det object? Yeah. Detect obj. That is detect obj. Yeah. And it's if object blah blah blah. .255 get obj score. What's the score command? How do we change the score? Where's the score thing? Score command expects to be followed by a number to add to the score. Okay. Hello, Mickey and Jamie. Yeah, we've been live for 2 hours now. Sorry about that. Values up to 255 are valid from 0. Okay, so we're going to add, for every one that we pick up, we're going to get 10 points. No, let's say 100. We don't want to be stingy. Now, what is it? Just end if? Come on, let's have a look. And it is end if. If this works, I'll be amazed. Yeah, I'm doing well. How are you? Test game. So, our Roland is going to go and try and pick up that computer. Go up the ladder, Roland. Jump and jump. Yes! We got it! We've got it! Yes! We're doing alright. We've got a computer. We're doing fine. Roland is happy. He can't fall down there. We need to remove a thing. So let's go to screen layouts and go down to here. We need to remove that. Game's coming on nice. We'll play it on stream once. Oh, thank you. Basically, I want to make this as a Christmas thing to make sure that people have got something fun to play at Christmas. So that's working out. How do we put the score on screen? Now that really is something we need to do. How do we put the score on screen? This is where you define the text messages. Right? Next message, previous message, space, or current message. Well, we know that messages are alright. Where are the messages? Where's the messages? T for text, isn't it? So score is message 0. So we can put in a message that says score. How? How do we do that? Is it just using the message command? Where is it? Where is it? Show score command shows the score at the current cursor position. Line. Okay, how do I do that? Current coordinates of current sprite, callable variables. Screen number and the lives remaining. So how do we do this? Every game... Well, we want to put it in the game loop so it keeps updating. So how do we do it? Display. Come on, displays the numeric value in the variable parameters that follows. Display lives. Display score. Right, yeah, okay. So we can do that. Line column. Variables. These determine positions which score or messages will be displayed. These are temporary and change every time a sprite is displayed. Immediately before a message or shows score. So line X, column Y. So line... Right, we need to have a look at the line and columns test game. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22. Line 22. Events. Main loop 1. Line 22. Yeah, is that right? That's column. Oh, wrong button. Column 1. And is that the text thing? Is that? Where's the text button? Is it that's what we did, isn't it? The message or something. Message. Expects no argument with message. Message 0. Line 22. Column. Well, that's 5, 6. So let's say column 7. And is it just show score? Yes. Show score. Please let this work. Right, G to save game. Right, test game. Score. Right, well, that's in the wrong place. Could you update the score on every collision? Yeah, we can update it on every collision, but I've kind of got it in the wrong place since it really isn't happy. So I've just picked that up, so now we should have a score of 100. And we do! This is not really well done. So we've got the score works and it adds up, but it's in the wrong place. So, right. Okay, that's not exactly what we wanted to do. You should set up the lives counter in an initialization event using something like let lives equals 3. Yeah, that's a good idea. Initialization event. Event initialization. Let lives equals 3. Border 2. No, I don't want the border to be 2. Let's have border 7 and see what happens. Right. Let line equals 2. Let column equals 25. Message 0. That makes a lot more sense. Right, okay. So, game loop. Let line equals let column equals 1, message 0, let equals 22, let column equals 7, show score. Try this. Yes! Now it's working. Boink, boink. Score is 100. now we're doing it, and it's in the right place. It's just sitting there. It's happy. It's fine. I'm not sure about the border. Is this the Christmas pudding and kitten game? Yeah, pretty much. At the moment, he's picked up an Amstrad, and it's given him 100 points. But we haven't got anything else for him yet, so we'll see what happens after this. So, right, now we need to know how many lives we've got. So, come back out of this. What are our texts? Lives is message 1. Okay. Go back to the events. Main loop 1. Let line equals 22. Column equals column is 7, and we had like, let's say column equals 20. Message 0. No, message 1. Let line equals 22. Let column equals 26. Display lives. Let's see how this works. And test game. Yes! We're doing alright now. We're getting somewhere. Oh, this is fantastic. Now I'm happy, and it's kind of worked out. Beep, beep. Doink. Lives. Got it. Boink, boink. Climb up there if you can. Can you? Come on, Roland. Go up this ladder. Yep, now he's off the screen. And he just disappears off the screen. Here we are. We're getting somewhere. We've got something working. So, the only thing we haven't got yet is an enemy to fight. Well, he's not going to really fight it, but he is going to get hit by it. So, Sprites. Is it N for next? No, it's not. Yes. Sprite 1, 2. This is going to be an enemy. So we need to change the enemy, because this is going to be a goblin. It just means that we have to clear this out, because we haven't got a goblin yet. We need the goblins from the original game had goblins, and that's what we're going to have. Enemy, Ebenezer Scrooge. They do look a little bit like Scrooge, but it's going to be a goblin. Let's do this. Right. James Furman, I love that idea. So let's have the goblin is in green, and he's going to be quite awful looking, because that's how goblins are. With his big pointy ears. Will he be gobbling up the pudding? He will. There's his pointy ears. And for his fluffy hat. And that's going to be red, isn't it? Where's red? Is that the only red root? There. That's what we wanted. He's got a pointy hat. There's his... kind of works. Right. You know, you need his big teeth. Where's his big teeth? Where's the white for the big teeth? Needs big teeth. Doof, doof. Doof, doof, doof. And he needs a red outfit, which I've scrolled past. Red, red. Where's his red outfit? There it is. This goblin could be a Romulan or a Gorn. He could, yeah. How far down can we go? That far. Right. So we've got a fair amount of space to play with. Right, zombie Lego goblin. Right, let's block out some bits that we don't need now that I know how big he can be. Right, that's how big he is. One, two, three. And green skin on the ends. And then down in the middle, you can... well, that's pretty much all we need, isn't it? Let's black out the shoulders so that he looks a bit chubby. Right, this drawing style is very 1980s computer. Well, it is a 1980s computer, so it kind of works. Right, if we copied that frame and then insert a second frame, yes. Next frame. And paste that entire frame. So now we've got him like this. Okay, so we need red for there and for there. And black that out underneath. Black that there. And there. Right, so black that out. Like that. Then we can have his foot go up. Oh, bomb. Come on round, get the right one. Yeah, there. Right. Insert a second frame. Yes. Next frame. Same frame as before. Yes. Insert a second frame. Yes. Next frame. Insert the frame. Same as before. But this time, that goes there. That goes there. That gets blanked out. And this leg goes up. Oh, I went wrong the wrong way. Right, this will now animate. Gosh, you've got good at rapid goblin. And yeah, he's hardly moving. That's the best part. So he's hardly moving. Right. So we now have a sprite. Sprite positions N. Well, he starts here. Oh, what's the sprite? Where's the code? Where's the instructions for sprite positions? Character design, constructing the game, yeah. Screen layout, sprite images, no. Sprite positions, how do I control which one's the next screen, previous screen? Change sprite. Image, change sprite type. Change sprite, right, change the image. Add a new sprite to the screen with X. Create sprite, no. No, I don't want. Type 1, what types of sprite are there? Type not it's usually used for sprite. Type 1. Move next sprite as Q. Right, that is the one that one. Q for the next. Q for. I want another sprite. Add another sprite to the screen is X. Create sprite. Yes. Ah, there, right. Okay, how do I change... Hang on, there's 4 minutes this time. No. Change sprite image was I. Haha! Now we have a goblin. Now we're getting somewhere. So here we are. We've got a goblin. So what can I do with him? Change sprite type is T. So he is type 1. He's a sprite type 1. So we've got a sprite there, and he's going to go left and right. Okay. Events. Sprite type 1. If... No, we don't want any of that. Oh, no. Unless... Hang on, can he move? Can he just move on his own? Oh, please tell me he can move on his own. So he just... That's interesting. So he's just going to go back and forward as it is. Alright. That's fine. Let's see how this works. If I collide with him... Yes! Not sure what that one was that came up on screen, but... Yes! Right, so we've got it. Whoa, we can do something with this. This is looking alright now. Let's have another one, a sprite position. Q to add another... Was it Q to add a sprite? No, Q to move to the next sprite. X is to add a new sprite. So if I add an extra one, X creates sprite. Yes. Right. T is type 1. And it just keeps doing that until it hits a wall. That's cool. So it's just going to go for that until it hits a wall. So if I really wanted to stop that goblin going through that platform, I could turn that into a wall instead. Right, okay. So collision... No, not collision distance. Screen layout. If I turn this into wall, then the goblin won't go through it. Test that. Yeah, the goblin now doesn't go through. It just goes left and right. Should be an up-down, also maybe type 2. Yeah. Oh, hello, Yellow Belly. How are you doing? So yeah, if I make a type 2, we can have one of them go up and down. Which would actually be better for that first one that we put in, which is going left and right near the Amstrad. Let's do that. Let's try the different sprites. Where's sprites? No, I don't want sprites like that. I want sprite positions. Right. If I stand this one here and change it to type to 2 and press enter. What if we test that? Now he's not moving. Okay. That's alright. Positions, Q to type. Try that. And test the game. He's not moving. He doesn't move. Okay, that's fine. We can sort this out. Right, let's go back to sprite positions and put him back on type 2. Put him on type 2, and then change the events. Sprite type 2. Ah, it's a standard one. Right, it's a Yeah, this is not what I want. So, let's go back to what's in type 1. Sprite type 1 has a lot of controls. If direction equals 0, direction equals 1. We don't want either of that. Code probably needs making. Yeah, right. Okay, let's try that. So it's just not moving at the moment. Sprite type 3 has nothing in it. Sprite type 4 has nothing in it. Sprite type 5 has nothing in it. So we've got something in Sprite type 2, which looks like a sat in place one, which is interesting. Looks like code for a ladder pursuer. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So let's try instead for... Let's put them on Sprite type 3. Can I copy the code from an event? Is it possible to copy code from an event? If we can get this working, that would be so great. We could make this really quick. Oh, please tell me I can copy event code. No, I can't. Okay. Can I... Oh, that's a shame. Right, let's go back to the code for a second. Sprite down, sprite up. I don't want any of that in, but I don't want to remove it because it might be possible to do. So let's have a look. If yeah, right. Okay, let's say if direction equals. All right, see you later, Patrick. Hope you feel better later on. If direction equals 1, if can, is it can move or something like that? We've got to get this working. Once we've got this working, we can have all kinds of monsters then. If can go up. If can go up. Is it just move? Direction. Okay. No. Collision, other, original. No, endgame show score scans. Make you jump, fall, got, get, put, direct. Okay. If can go up, sprite up. That, right. Let's change the sprite. Sprite type 3 is a static collectible sprite type. No. Going further, we can add change the sprite's behavior. Can go up, sprite up. Up. Else. And if. And if. If direction equals naught. Oh no, direction naught is going up. Direction 1's going down. If can go down, sprites down. We're going to have to come back and put an awful lot more in this, I think. Right, we're going to check on type 1, how it did it. Else let direction equals 2. Right, okay. If... Right. Else let direction equals 3. And if. Right. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Stop. And else direction equals 1. And if. Hello, Yellow Belly. Oh, sorry, I just said hello to you, haven't I? Sorry. Right, let's try this. Else direction equals 0. Okay, let's try that. I have full up-down code for this, says Yellow Belly. I'll bet you do, because you made that rather snazzy game, didn't you? So I'm going to press G to save at this point. Yes. Try that. Test the game. Well, that one is moving, and it's fine. It seems to be working out. But we haven't got our first one going. Oh, hang on, that's because he's not in the right type. Was that event for type 3? Yeah. So we need him on type 3. Where are our sprite positions? Type 3. And test game. Yes! Yes! Right. So we've got a one going up and down, and he's working out well. That is superb. I'm very happy with that. So I want to now change the type on the other one, because he is doing an awful lot more than he needs to, and I don't want that pulling down any of the stuff we're doing. Events. So what's on type 2? Type 2 is a static one. type 4. If direction equals 2, if can go left, is it? Can go right. Sprite right, isn't it? Yeah. I'm going to say sprite right, we'll see. Sprite right, else direction equals 3. And if direction equals 3, if can go left, sprite left, else direction equals 2. I want it to be very, very simple and straightforward, so it's not using processor cycles we don't need it to. Excuse me. And if. And that's type 4. So for now, the other sprites, 4. This should work. Test game. No, he's not moving. Oh no! Have I got the directions wrong? Events, player control, key 3 can go right. So 3 is right, and key 2 is left. So have I got them the wrong way round on this one? Yes. 3, 2, 2, 3. Try that. No, he still can't move. So that was event 4, wasn't it? Sprite type 4. Direction is 3. Just 2. Sprite types. Oh, 3, 4. Yeah, he's 3, 4. So why is he wrong now? What's wrong with him? How have I got this wrong? Events. Sprite type 1. Not 1. Direction equals 2 can go left. Sprite left. Direction is 3 can go right. So 3 is can go right and 2 is can go left. So what's wrong with that? Sprite left, sprite right can go right. What have I got wrong? What's happened? Direction equals 2 left. So what's wrong? I don't get it. I don't want it to pursue. 3 is right. 3 is right. 3 is right. Can go right. Sprite right. Else. Oh, that's why. Because I've got these on the wrong thing. Okay, that should work. No, he's still not working. So what's wrong with him? Events 4. As I put it back, yeah, it doesn't know what's going on. Right, it's putting the else there, and it shouldn't, because we've got type 3 here. Else direction equals 1. Else direction equals 0. So what's wrong with that? If direction equals 0, then 1. If 1 is not. What have I got wrong? You know what? We'll work it out later. Let's put him back onto sprite type 1. It was working, so let's leave it at that. It's working. So we got it. We got him working anyway, and that's what counts. So, for the most part, if I will come more patient, it's all about patience. Interesting. We've got no... Right. Type 1 can kill you, type 2 can't. What is the event for killing? Sprite type 1. Oh, it's if collide, isn't it? Where is it? If collision 0 kill. That's all we need for that. So type 3 if collision 0 kill and if. Yep, Yellow Belly, you're quite right. Forgot the collision code. One, just quickly check that. If collision 0, isn't it? Yeah, right. G to save game. Check that. It's a good thing we test everything. You've got to test everything in games, otherwise it doesn't work. Right. I don't know what that text is. We'll have to work that out next time. But there we go. Right, it's working now. So, let's quickly try this. We're going to try and get past that guy. We're going up. Oh my goodness. This might actually be harder than I thought. Getting right to the top. Do we not have time for him to get past? Have we? Oh, we've got too big a jump and too large. Let's have it like that. Let's try that. Test the game. Now we've got a bigger gap. Jump, yeah. And wait for him there. Jump. So now we can get through. But only just. We have to be careful. And that's exactly what we want. So, we've got score 100. Right. Oh, that's good. Right, that's working. So, save. Okay, let's put in another object, and that'll be the final thing we do, because we're coming up on 2.5 hours now. So, that's our first object. What is the code for moving to the next object? It's usually N, isn't it? I think. Map layout, jump table, no. Objects. Insert object is X. Let's go to the next object. N. So, have we got any objects? No, we haven't. So, let's insert a new object. Yes. And we want a Christmas pudding, because sometimes you have to have a pudding. Why have I pressed P? That's not what I wanted to do. R is to change the colour. Do we have any nice greens, or have we just got this crappy bright green? Yeah, we've only got a crappy bright green. We're on Amstrad, of course it's crappy bright green. Right, and one there. Yellow Belly says you'll be pleased to hear my next game I'm working on is PG. Thank you. It did come as quite a shock when I saw the Ladies of the Night. Let's put it that way. So we need white for the pudding icing. Oh, I pressed the wrong button there. I want to get back to white for the icing. Come on, where is it? There it is. So now we need brown. We got a brown? Come on. Where's some brown? Have I just gone past it? Yes, I have. Give me the brown. Where is it? Come on. There it is. So, there we are. Oh, I'm enjoying this far more than I expected to, because it's just daft. Right. 5,000 points for collecting a pudding, surely, says James. Perhaps at a later date we will put that in, but for now everything's just going to give 100 points, so we don't have to faff about until later on. And there's some dots in the pudding. Now it's looking more like a cherry. Shouldn't they be? What I really want is a dark colour that would and that looks weird. Some red berries too, says James. Yeah. Let's see about that. Okay, that's object 1, and it starts in room 0, yes. Whereas its starting position be... Whereas my... Okay. How do we set which room? Change starting stream with Q. Starting from naught. Pen. Maybe black raisin. Yes, let's do the black for raisins. There we go. And we'll colour in the other one so it doesn't look like it's weird. Give me the brown that we've been using. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah. Okay. Starting position, starting screen 0. Why isn't it showing me the screen now? That's the biggest problem. Next object, last object. Position object on starting screen is P. So why aren't I getting to see the screen? I don't get it. Why am I not getting to see this thing? Put it there. Okay. Test game. Oh, there it is. It's just fine. Okay, well, let's see how this goes. It looks quite nice as a pudding, doesn't it? That's quite good. So, let's get the pudding. Wait for the guy to go past. Amstrad works. We get 100 points. Get out of the way. Oh, now we're going to get screwed. Test again. Oh my goodness. Can we get onto up there without getting killed? No. Get onto the platform. Stand there. Can we jump to that platform? No, you can't. Not from there you can't. So jump across. Wait for him to go up and across. Yes. Yes! 100 points. We got 100 points for a pudding because that is the rules of the game. And jump across. And across. You're beaten by... Hey, if I don't get beaten sometimes by the game, then how is everyone else going to get beaten by the game? I've got to be in it to win it, you know? Can't get down there. Maybe sort that out later. Right, there we go. Guys, we have a game. It works. It's fun. And next time, we're going to put in a huge lot more points. So, actually, let's do that now. Where are the events? Main loop 1. Nope, that's not what it is. Player control. If object equals 0, get object score 100. And if else. Now, if object equals 1, get object score, let's say 5,000 points, just because. Else, get object score 100. End if. There we go. So the pudding should now score. Whoa! It's just going up. That's not what we wanted. Player control. I've forgotten to put in an if, haven't I? Yeah. Else. If object equals 0. And if yeah. And if object greater than 1, get object score 100 and if. Oh, it can only go to... of course it can only go up to 250 odd. So you get 250 for the pudding. There we go. Let's try this. It's not letting me do an extra one. Right, okay. Well, that's a shame. Events, let's go back to just setting it as it was. It just seems to not like it. Let's try this. Yeah, it is weird syntax. It's odd. 8-bit points. Yeah, well, everything's 8-bit. It's an Amstrad CPC. It's an old 8-bit computer. Right. Detect object. If object equals 1, get object score 250. End if. If object equals 0, get object score 100. End if. If the object is greater than 1, get object score 100. End if. The score is an interesting one. It's basically just its own little thing. It's still going up. Right. This must be a... Right, okay, let's try this again. I want this to work, and I really wanted to sort it out. It'd be a bit weird if it was 16-bit. It's an odd one, I'll tell you that. So, why don't I take this out? Detect object. If object equals 1. I want this to work. Still going up. Right, let's check this. James says, is the problem maybe that you have an extra end if before the else? That could be. Let's have a quick check. I'm trying to take out the else's. Right, detect object. If object equals 1, get object, score 250, end if. Where is the original? Detect object. If object, blah, 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 get object. Yeah. Yeah, I have removed the else things because you don't need it if it's like that. You know what? We're going back to what it was. 255. It's going to have to be like that. 255 for the moment. Get object, score 100. End if. And then we just take out the rest. Otherwise, it's not going to work. It's a shame, but we'll just have to deal with it. So take everything else out. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, Yellow Belly. I just want it to work for the moment. We'll sort everything out later on because it'd be nice if it wasn't like that. Right. Oops. No, and if. Escape. Right, let's try that. It should be back to how it was. Don't know why it's making those noises. It is a weird language. It's a scripting language that's been put together specifically for this program. 100. 200. If you wanted 5,000 pudding points, you could always just coordinate multiple score lines. Yeah, that would work. There we go. Perhaps we'll have special ones that give different scores. So it now works. Score is right, lives are right, everything is fine. Score isn't changed by lives. So there we go. We have a pudding, we have a computer, we're going to have some presents at some point and they'll keep turning up as well. So for the moment, everything is working and I'm very happy with it. Everything looks nice. We're doing okay. I think if the if object, if you touch an object, yeah, it could be. Right. Save game. Alright, let's try that, Yellow Belly. Sprite player control. Well, if object equals 1, score 250, else score 100, and if. Try that. Right, let's see how this works. If we get object 1, which is the pudding, it should give us 250 points. If we get object 0, which is the computer, it should give us 100 points. And if I miss them entirely, it won't give us any points, because that's how this works, damn it. Come on, give us some points. Give us a computer, 100 points. Oh, no, jumping brain. Right. 300, yes! It did it! Yellow Belly, thank you so much for being here and helping me with that. There we go. So now we have a special thing of the pudding. And we can give it 5,000 points if I think about it. Let's have a look. Player control. Let's one last thing before midnight. Right. Score 250. It now gives 1,000 points. Save game. Game is saved. Test game. Get on the ladder, Roland. Come on. Boink. And 100 points. 1,100 points. There we are. We got a pudding bonus. There we go. Right, it works. Everything works. I am very, very happy. Save the game. I know I just did it, but save it again. There we go. And we've still got 20.5k available, so we have got plenty of space to make more for this game, which is exactly what we're going to do next time when we do more of the game. But for the moment, I'm going to have to say goodnight because it's now 10 to midnight. We have been streaming since just past 9 o'clock. Excuse me. But we now have Roland Goes Rescuing coming together, which is exactly what I want. So, guys, I hope you've had a great night. I certainly have. I've really enjoyed playing this with you and putting it together as well. I hope you have a great night. I will see you on Friday for GameHammer. Now that I've got some movement properly back in my leg, I can actually do GameHammer again. Hopefully board GameHammer on Monday, provided I can get that sorted as well. We will do more of this game building for next Wednesday on GameHammer Live, and I'll see you then. But until then, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed this as much as I have. As you can see, it's actually not that hard to make a game on the Amstrad. Arcade Game Designer gives you a lot of power to make this thing. So I hope that it all works out and we have a good game for Christmas. But until next time, see you later. Take care. Good night. Thanks for coming. Bye.